Hello everybody, how is it going? So today we have the finals of the Hiroshima preliminary tournament. It is another Sakazuki mirror, so yeah, I know it's been the last matchup but now this matchup, but Sakazuki's very good. Quickly looking at the hand, Borsellino, Lucci, Rebecca, uh, Borsellino and Manchuri. There we go, okay. Seems decent. Doesn't have the brand new, but you know, we always technically draw two a turn, draw one if you're going first. But yeah, it's a takeable hand. You have the Borsellino, which I imagine is pretty important in this matchup. You have a Lucci, you have a Rebecca, and Manchuri won't really be good till later on, but that's okay. Also, Borsellino I think is good in this matchup, but it's weird because I think you want to be the second one to play your Borsellino. It's odd. And the other player's hand is Tashigi, Hina, Borsellino, Kuzan, and brand new. So a stronger early game, I'd say, than the other Sakazuki player. But yeah, no Rebecca yet. But you know, it's not like you can't find that card. It's not a problem really. But I do believe one of them has the alt art leader and one of them doesn't. So I'll probably reference that instead of saying left and right player. I don't know if that's easier or better, but I remember last video I think I said that, and I think it was a decent idea. But it looks like the normal art Sakazuki is going first. I think I'm gonna say alt and Sakazuki. Hopefully that makes some sense. So the alt player and the I don't know, default. What's a good way to say it? Whatever, we'll figure it out. But yeah. I'm curious how you guys are enjoying the format so far. NL seems to be having a lot of success. Sakazuki obviously is still doing pretty well. He cycles his 7 Borsellino for a Lucci, not bad. But yeah, honestly, I'm a bit at a loss this format. I want to play Red Green Law, but playing into Sakazuki is very, very hard. So I don't know if I can keep up with that. Turn 1 brand new, finds a Tashigi, trashes an Ice Age and a brand new. It's gonna cycle a Tashigi for looks like a 3-drop Hina, that's not bad, and passes it back. Normal art draws a Hina, is gonna cycle the Borsellino for another Hina. Probably not exactly what you're looking for, but you're gonna go 5 at life. Will be countered with the 3-drop Hina. Oh, they're both 3 drops. The blue Hina, my bad. It's just gonna hard play the Hina as like a vanilla and pass. I don't know how great that really is. I think you really want the blue Hina on that turn if you're the normal art Sakazuki there. But alt Sakazuki attacking for 5, reducing Hina by 1. Will probably be met with a counter. Nope, we're gonna take. We find a brand new. Could be helpful. I imagine alt Sakazuki is just dropping. Borsellino will probably stick around. It kind of puts him on Hound's Blaze, but the Kuzan does immediately replace itself with the card in hand, so it's a trade-off. You likely know that your Kuzan will just get outed by a Lucci if you play the Kuzan. So there is that. But yeah, honestly, I've been playing a little bit more NL to kind of get off the match for a second. Plays Lucci and pops the Hina. Interesting. That is a play, I guess. But yeah, I've been playing some NL, and I do enjoy NL a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. But my only problem is the mirror. I know I posted the other day that it's like, yeah, you're supposed to starve into the mirror, but the mirror gets so wacky and kind of just like, I don't know, not great when you guys are both starving each other, and it's like you can't not starve because then you just kind of lose. Unless you have like a bunch of like Russian Ls, then I think you can maybe get away with attacking, but yeah, I still think you're at such a disadvantage if you do attack. But then it becomes a game of, oh, who drew more top end, and then that player will just end up winning because they had more top end. So that definitely is annoying to me, honestly, but we'll see. Normal art Sakazuki playing down the Hina, reducing Lucci by 2, and then Hound Blazing it, boosting up his leader, and is going to attack for 8. He will probably just take this. Finds another Borsellino. Has 3 Borsellinos. I don't even know if you'd call that a bad thing in the mirror, just because that is a card that, like, the only out to it is either 7 Borsellino or a Hound's Blaze, so it's really not bad. I do imagine we might cycle one, though, just because having 3 is a bit much. We definitely want to see if we can find an answer to the body he has on board, which I think is just a Hina right now. So you're pretty likely to find an answer. It's going to play down the brand new, which could find one. Looking for probably a Hound's Blaze, and he does see it, and he takes it. So that Hina is outed already. We'll be able to attack with our other brand new leader, and then we just kind of have 2 spare Dawn. Alternatively, we could just play the Borsellino and just say, nah, let the Hina rock for a turn, but I do not know if that's correct. Doesn't look like we're doing that. Attacking for 6, reducing Hina by 1. Looks like it'll be met with... He doesn't have a 2k. He might just take this. A bit of an unfortunate spot. You probably don't really want to be taking 6Ks in the mirror, but is what it is. You're going to get hit with another one as well. You're actually going to get hit with the 7 after this Hound's Blaze. So yeah, alt Sakazuki, definitely in the lead here, I would say. Still has 3 life. I think they both have the same amount of hand. Yeah, they both have 6 in hand. And now our normal art Sakazuki is down to 1 life. Doesn't have any 2Ks. Yeah, he can definitely easily clear the brand news, but this is just not the spot you want to be in. Alt Sakazuki cycling the Borsellino and finds a Rebecca. It's probably a good draw. He should have some... I think he has a Hina in the graveyard. At least he has 1 in hand, so you can always just add back a 2k and play out the Hina from hand. So yeah, that is definitely a good draw. But now our normal Sakazuki is on 7 Dawn, right? Yeah, 7 Dawn. Doesn't have a Borsellino. Really wouldn't be great here, honestly. You probably just want to Lucci Rebecca. Just kind of try to go wide this turn. It's a little bit weird. You can't Lucci Rebecca. You can like brand new search if you want to cycle again with like a Meteor Volcano. Or sorry, I think it's Great Eruption. You can. But I think Lucci will probably be played this turn and maybe just swing for a bigger number to put him down to 2 life. Using the Great Eruption feels a little bit bad. Looks like he's definitely thinking about Lucci. I think that's really the only play right now. Because, yeah, obviously cycling one still has the other. Draws a Hina. Doesn't really do anything. I mean, he can play like hard play Hina, then play Lucci. That is a play. Attacks for 5. Reducing one of the brand news by 1. And alt Sakazuki does take that hit, finds a 7-drop Borsellino. That could be really solid if he's only establishing this Lucci this turn, but he is probably going to play the Hina. But popping both brand news, shuffling back whatever events he has, plus Moncherie and a 7 Borsellino. And looks like he is going to play that Hina. So board cannot be met with just a 7-drop Borsellino, which is probably good for him. Has to be met with like a Lucci or like multiple Hound Blazes. So I don't even know. Does he have a Lucci right now? Or alt Sakazuki? I don't think so. I think he has Kuzan, 2 Borsas, Hina, Tashigi, 7 Borsa, another Tashigi. No, I think that's it. Gonna cycle the Kuzan, picks up another Borsa. I think he's seen all of his blocker Borsellinos, which is kind of crazy. Checking the graveyard. Has a Hina, has a Lucci. Those are kind of pretty important pieces to have in the graveyard, so at least normal Sakazuki does have those. Alt Sakazuki checking his own graveyard. Couldn't quite see exactly what he had in there, but yeah, this turn is actually like not great for the alt Sakazuki if he doesn't, have the answers to Lucci and Hina, because that means he has to deal with 2 attacks next turn. He can 7 Borsa and just bottom the Lucci, but you're still gonna end up eating 2 attacks. If your opponent efficiently answers that 7 Borsa, you're in a pretty bad spot. So that might be troll. Could just play double Borsellino. I don't know if that's correct either. Sakazuki mirrors are definitely pretty hard, honestly. I need to play more of the deck to have a bit more of an input on them. But attacking for 5, reducing Hina by 1. That'll be countered out. And now he's in tough spot. I guess Rebecca could add back a Lucci as long as he has one. Pretty sure he does. And then he can Hina. Oh no, he still has it. Yeah, because he has a Hina in hand, right? I think. Yeah, that should be Hina. Yeah. So he can what? Rebecca, add back a Lucci, play out the Hina. Oh no, he's double borsing. Huh. Maybe he doesn't have a Lucci in graveyard. That is very possible. I need to see how he did drop. Maybe he just never had one to begin with. Maybe I'm tripping. But yeah, just double borsas. That's fine. Walling up. Again, the only real removal that'll hit Borsa is 7 Borsa or a Hound's Blaze. And we can look at our normal Sakazuki's hand. He does have a 7-drop Borsa, but does not have Hound's Blaze. To be fair, he definitely could find them with the Great Eruptions and his leader effect. And if he finds like 2, I think he's in just a crazy spot, because you put your opponent down basically to 0, because you'd swing for like 8, 9, and then whatever's left on your leader. So that could be really crazy, but that is risking your Great Eruptions to potentially not even find a Hound's Blaze. I think we know one is on the bottom of the deck, so yeah, you're just looking for the other 3 kind of. Looks like he's going to start with a 5k, reducing one of the Borsas by 1. Could be free blocked, probably won't be though. Probably just give him a 1k. Yeah, use the 3rd Borsalino. This turn, again, is pretty hard. I think it's try to play off the Great Eruptions, see what you find. Could maybe cycle a Rebecca first. Nope, gonna attack for 5 again with the Hina. This one could be free blocked, and then, Lucci. Anything can happen with that. Nope, not even gonna take the free block. Kind of interesting there. I guess just wanting to keep his whole board. Gonna use one of the Great Eruptions. Draws into a Lucci. Not really gonna do anything this turn, but that is a decent card to cycle now, because it's it's not gonna do anything. Still should be 8 Dawn to work with, so can use both of them. Not quite sure what he reduced by 2 there, but I imagine it would be the other Borsa, because one is at 3 and the other one would be at 2. Then you'd use your other Great Eruption, they'd be at 1 and 2. Obviously you can't Lucci there, but they're both in what's it called, Great Eruption range. Not Great Eruption, Hound Blaze. My bad, too many cards. Thinking about playing Rebecca. I guess that could grab back like a brand new, right? She can add back 2 cost? Nah, I'm not sure. I think she can. Man, these cards. But attacking for 6, Alt Sakazuki does take that hit. Normal Sakazuki tapping 4, playing the Rebecca, adding back, looks like a Borsa of his own. Then he'll probably just play that Borsa. Does cheat out a Hina. Okay, reducing one of the Borsas is now at 0, or like -1 or something. Okay, so just trying to go really wide this turn. That is definitely fair. He's in a pretty decent spot. Didn't get to answer the board, but we have 2 blockers down, 4 cards in hand. Our opponent has 3 attacks technically, so it's also pretty unlikely he'll use both Borsas unless he knows he can go for game. And looking at his hand, doesn't have any Hound Blazes, which I think would be important if you're going to try to go for game this turn. I imagine he's just going to try to stall it out another turn. He can probably get there with just the Rebecca Lucci, clear 2 bodies, swing into maybe like one of the other ones. Cycles a Borsa or 7 Borsa for a 3-drop Hina. They're both 3 drops, I keep saying that. The blue Hina, the one that draws 1. There we go. So what can we answer? We can pretty easily answer the Hina and the Lucci with just playing our Rebecca into our Lucci. And then maybe we could go like 2 6s at the Hina, and still have 2 blockers up with the other Borsa and the Rebecca, which could be good. Could also just go 7, I guess, at a Hina. Looks like that's what he's going to do, going 7 at one of the Hinas. Uh, normal Lucci not having any 2Ks. There's no way you trade a Borsalino for that, right? I think you just let Hina go. or at least trade the Rebecca. Yeah, okay. I think that's fine. Yep, trades the Rebecca. And now we'll play down, or Alt Sakazuki will play down a Rebecca of his own. Probably just going to add back some, one of the 2Ks. Play down the Hina. Hovering over the Tashigi. I imagine that is the selection. And then we'll cheat out the Hina, reduce Lucci by 4. So now both of these are in range of his own Lucci. Tapping 4. Here we go. The back and forth. So shuffling back 2 brand news and one of the 7 Borsalinos. Yep. And just passing there. We are very, very safe this turn, having 3 blockers up now. The other, do you ever die if you do like the double 6 at Hina? I'm trying to think. You still have 2 blockers in this spot. I don't think you do, but his play was safer, so it's fair enough. It's fair enough. Our normal Sakazuki is in a not so great spot. He's gonna cycle D7 Borsa to find another one. That's rough. That's rough. Just doesn't really have any great answers to these Borsalinos. He can, himself clear his opponent's Hina and Lucci, but like, where does that actually get you? You'd love to be able to clear the Borsas, but Borsa says no. Taking a look at his graveyard for a millisecond. Nah, he's taking a good look. But yeah, right now I do think Alt Sakazuki is in a winning spot. But honestly, Sakazuki I feel like he can wiggle himself out of these bad scenarios. Just being able to remove so much and establishing good blockers on top of it. So we'll see how it plays out. You're never playing a 7 Borsalino. Like, again, it's just you're gonna play off what your greater options find you. Found another greater option. That's funny. Probably really not what, honestly, it's not terrible, but you kind of want at least 8 Dawn for your Rebecca Lucci play, because that probably just is the route, right? Tapping another one, playing another greater option, drawing a card. What's he see? A Tashigi. So no Houndsblaze. I feel like Houndsblaze would have, potentially changed the game, but right now we're probably just Rebecca Lucci. Call it that. We can't even really try to go for game. So yeah, because even if you Lucci, just pop the Rebecca because it's the only blocker you can clear. You do have 3 swings, but he has 2 blockers and 1 life, so it just never works out. Attacking for 5 at the Hina, reducing something. It's gonna get free blocked by one of the Borsas. Going 5 again at the Hina. Do you just ever let this go? Probably not. Yeah, again, a free block with the Borsalino. Tapping 4, playing down his own Rebecca, adding back a Hina and playing the Hina, reducing Lucci by 4. So I do think he's popping the Lucci and the Hina. Okay. And shuffling back 3 greater options. That's funny. And just passing it over. How many counters does he have? Looks like a 2K and a 1K. Has 2 blockers. Staring down 3 attacks. Does he have any removal for his blockers? Doesn't look like it right now. He'll cycle the starter deck Hina, or at least thinking about cycling it. What's he gonna cycle? Okay, cycles at Tashigi. Finds, oh, he found the Houndsblaze. Okay. This game is probably over. That card's really good. So how does he set it up though? You think he has a Suru, so that's an easy way to just bottom deck the Borsa. 3 Dawn, you still get 3k power for the 3 Dawn you spent, and you just start chipping away at life. I don't think he'll be able to answer both the Borsellino and the Rebecca, but you have 3 attacks, your opponent has 1 life, 3 cards in hand. Oh, he actually only has a 2k counter the normal Sakazuki. So yeah, this game should just be over. Don't think he can get out of this one. Oh, he's okay, he's just attacking 8, fair enough. I guess, yeah, it's like you force out whatever blocker he uses and you bottom the other one. Sounds about right. He'll block with the Rebecca. So then we just Suru and Hound's Blaze. Attack maybe just for 8 or 9 with the Borsa. It's still like, it's like pretty scary to do this though, as the alt Sakazuki player. Right? Because like you Hound's Blaze, you boost up a Borsa. It's at 8 now. So it's like the most you can do is 8, 9. And if they do have a bunch of 2Ks, like, what do you do? Like, you probably just lose. So yeah, boosting up one of the Borsas. He's going to attack for 8. And obviously we know that the normal art Sakazuki does not have 8. And then he's going to go 9. And yeah, that is the game. Look at that. I'm trying to think when exactly it got rough for the player on the right. I think there was just some turns where he didn't have efficient answers. I think he kept seeing a lot of 7 Borsellinos, so that definitely was not helping. But yeah, anyways, that is the game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.